Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well. This is Cameron back with the sales update video for the month of August, late as usual, but we are back. Had a pretty good month if you look at the screen. $3,800 in sales for 134 sales, which is good. Probably 4 or 5 of those actually didn't go through. They were cancel orders, and then I had 2 returns and 1 item that broke in shipment. So those numbers aren't as good, but the items that did get returned, they had a restocking fee, so that covered the shipping I had lost. And then the item that was broken, obviously I had to eat that, and the cancel orders, they were canceled before they were shipped out. Had an odd number of them this month, so I was a little surprised at how many, but at least they were canceled before the item actually shipped, so that was good. Still a really good month. The goal is 3,000. We're at 3,800. A couple other months I haven't made goal of 3,000, so getting over the goal obviously helps bring those up, but would still like to see these kind of numbers all the time. Had some really cool stuff sell, some unique stuff, and then obviously some of the regulars, so we'll just jump right in and get to it. Here we are with a Jansport Corduroy backpack. Got this for $2 at a garage sale. The guy has, he buys storage units, has sales pretty much every weekend. Bought this for $2 in a bag. A lady picked it up, asked her daughter if she wanted it. Daughter said no, and I was hoping that she didn't want it. She put it down, and I grabbed it. Guy said $2. It was awesome. Sold this thing within about a week, maybe 5 days, for $40. This is an older one from like the 90s, I think, so pretty cool. These are great courses. If you haven't seen them before, they have like little courses on different kinds of subject matter. They have ones that are more about religion and philosophy and the universe and all kinds of stuff. This one I got from an estate sale. I bought 5 different courses. They were $1 each. This one I sold for $18, so pretty cool. There's also the great courses in a little bit different cases. It almost looks like it's for a VHS, but it's still a disc inside. Those bigger cases actually sell for a little bit less. Usually you want the ones in the DVD cases. So pretty good. Bose remote, $1 a piece for these. I bought 2 of the same remote while on vacation. We were camping. My wife actually found them in a box, asked me if they were good. I, of course, jumped right on them. I sold both of them for $53. I think I sold one last month and then one this month too for $53, so that's awesome. I bought a bunch of Super Nintendo games. If you've seen my videos, you may have seen that lot that I had bought. Paid $200 for a bunch of games, and I've been selling them off. Here's $24 for Mario All-Stars. The Polaroid Spectra, not as good as the Polaroid 600 variety cameras, but still got $20. Paid $5. Pokemon, paid 50 cents or something for this. I just thought it was cool, but sold it for $7. So not something I recommend going out and buying on your own, but definitely got a few dollars out of that, so that's cool. Orvis Zambezi, I think is what they call this, Safari type sweater. It's got the patches there. It's got the vent inside. Heavy kind of canvas sweater or jacket. Really cool. Paid $7 at Goodwill. Sold this once for I think $69 or $79. Got returned. The guy said it was too small for him. He loved it, but it just wouldn't fit. Sold it again this time. I had to lower the price a couple of months, but it finally sold for $63, so that was pretty awesome. Stampin' Up! Holiday Stamper, paid probably $1 or less for this. It was in a big bag of stamp stuff and sold it for $12. With the stamps, this is an older listing, obviously. It's taken a while to sell, but these are hit and miss, and most of the stamp sets are missed. The ones that I've seen that do well are really specific subject matters, like ones with animals. I have a wolf one I just found. There's horses ones that do well. I sold a fishing one that did really well. So those ones seem to be better. The more common happy birthday and holiday and congrats on the baby, those ones don't seem to be as good from what I've seen. So definitely do your research on those. X-Men, another Super Nintendo game from that lot, $16. Remember, with the Super Nintendo games, they don't have to be in perfect shape. Any video game, really. If it has damage, but it's a good game, people will still buy. You can see the labels peeling here. If you're obviously selling video games, you're well aware that you can sell them in damaged condition, with peeling labels or what have you. But you'll see some of the ones that I sold were in really bad shape and still made me some money. So don't be afraid if you see a label that's peeling or some discoloration to the cartridge. Like this one. This one is one of the worst games I've sold for the Super Nintendo. You can see the discoloration here, labels peeling, and it's also kind of sun faded. It should be a little bit more colored than that. Sold this for $9. The game usually goes for 14 or 15, I think, if it's in good shape, but I got $9 for a beat up game, so I'll take it. Under Armour, pairs of pants here, $1 a piece. Bought them, brought them home. I bought a whole bunch of clothes that day. Was just kind of throwing stuff in bags, and got them home, and they had some damage. This black pair had some pilling of the fabric, kind of where it starts to threads start to come out. The gray pair had some stains down by one of the kneecap areas, just a couple little marks. Couldn't get the stains out, couldn't really make the fabric look any better. It was still in a couple spots. Same size, so I threw them together, sold them for 22 bucks. Obviously, a lesson is do your best to look at the clothes before you buy them because you may avoid some of those issues. But in this case, even if you've made a mistake or overlooked something, or if you're at the sale and the price is right, there still might be money depending on what it is. So just try to make sure you're squeezing out as much as you can out of your products. If you make a mistake and buy something, if it's a higher end thing or it usually sells well in good shape, there might be some value to at least recoup some of your money, even if it has damage. So in this case, it worked out. This is a Mac operating system discs. I got these I bought an Office Mac, which is a software set to put Office on a MacBook or something like that, Mac computer. And this was sitting inside there, these discs. So I just listed them by themselves, sold them for $15. I had paid $1 for the whole thing that I had bought, so that was a good deal. TI-83 Plus, if you don't know about these and you've missed out because they've been selling them for a long time really well. They're starting to drop now. This is the clear version, so I got 40 for it right before school started. It was pretty good. But the lady who bought it was the I Buy Calculators lady, so I think she sells on Amazon or something like that. But the ones that are the darker, like black or gray or whatever color that is, those ones usually sell for like 30 to 33, 34 now. They've really gone down in price, so you can still make money, but it's not what it used to be. And the TI-84 pluses, the one that are an upgrade from this, those ones still go for like 55 to 70. So there's still money there, but just be careful what you're spending, because you used to be able to spend 20 on one of these and get 70 bucks out of it, but that's no longer the case. Some Elizabeth Gale books. I had bought a whole bunch of Christian children's books from a church. They were closing down their library, or at least shrinking down their library, and I guess they were finding all the books that no one had rented or checked out in years. I bought everything for $80, all 12 boxes of books, and I got a bunch of VHS and stuff, and I've made a ton of money off them, and this was one of the last ones that I had, and it sold for $7, so that was okay. Game Boy Advance game, Riviera, picked this up in a lot. It sold for $18. It's a pretty unique game. You don't see it all the time. Nerf N-Strike. I love selling Nerf accessories. Not necessarily Nerf guns all the time. There is money there, but the accessories are usually light, easy to ship, and people seem to not always know what they're worth. So picked these up for $1, the two of them, at a garage sale, and sold them for $10. So pretty easy there. Donkey Kong Country, from that lot, $20. HP61 ink, picked this up and sold it for $14.99, so that was pretty awesome. Really should have sold this for a lot more. I think I sold one just recently and got $20, so I obviously undercut the price way too much. Ps2 games, these are a bunch of junk games I had, either had damage or some damage or just are not that valuable. Threw them together in a lot, someone bought them for $40. Super happy to get rid of them. I get usually PS2 is the one, that and the Wii you end up with the most extra games for if you buy the video games, because most of the games are worth nothing. So PS2, Wii, you'll get some with the Xbox if you do that too, but those two systems are the most, and this is obviously what I ended up having a bunch of and sold them for 40, so just happy to get rid of them. Men's jeans, don't really like the picture, should have probably cropped it at the bottom. My setup doesn't really have a wide or tall enough view to get the pants to hang down, but these were size 38-29, so pretty big waist, not the greatest length. Had some wear here, but picked them up for 15, sold them for 45. Happy about that. People have said rock revival is dying. I do think that there is some truth in the fact that it's not selling for as much as it used to, and there's a little bit more competition out there because people are getting rid of what they had, but there still can be money there. You just got to find the right price. I'm not going to pay 15 anymore for my pairs. I'm probably down to 10 at best, and then I'll try to get it for cheaper if possible. Rob the Robot, if you don't know about him, super cool Nintendo, original Nintendo system piece you could buy. This was just the box. Box is actually really beat up. Paid $10 for it at a garage sale. Walked up to the sale, was hoping so bad when I saw it, because I saw it from the street, that he was in there. Saw the $10 price tag even as I walked up, and I thought $10 for a Rob the Robot. This is awesome. I sold my own personal one that I had for $289. So I thought even if this one's in there, I mean it's at least a $200 bill. And it wasn't. It's just the box and the styrofoam. But even then, still sold it for $65. Shipped it Smart Post for I think $15. So I made some money there. Probably made 20 or 25 bucks, maybe 30 after all the fees and stuff. So not going to complain. Happy to get rid of it. It went to a good home. So definitely look out for this box and this little guy right here. There he is right there if you look where my mouse is. That's Rob. He's pretty valuable. Chicago Cubs, Bill Buckner, 4XL, which is huge jersey. Got this. It had one little tiny mark on the front, but paid 10 bucks at a Salvation Army, the one I usually go to. They had it at $19.99 for a week and a half, 2 weeks. No one bought it. Then it was on sale for a few days before I got there, half off. No one bought it. And I bought it for 10 bucks and sold it for 55. Didn't go for $89.99. I had it priced high with best offer. When you have something unique like this, what I like to do is list it really high but put offer on there. That way I can kind of judge how people are coming at me with the price. If there's a lot of comparables and I can get a real defined price on something, then I'll list it for what I think and put no offer because I think I can get it. In this case, wasn't sure. One had sold for 60, one had sold for 45, one had sold for 50. So I got 55. I'm not going to complain. And the guy was super happy, gave me good feedback too. So awesome there. Another video game from that lot, Toy Story, 10 bucks. Art Culinaire, this is an old thing, didn't even really crop the picture well, so you can see part of my vacuum there. It's kind of embarrassing, so don't do what I did. But I picked these up for, I think $2 a piece, so it wasn't as great of a deal. I sold another lot before, and I think I had like 20 issues or something like that, and I got like almost 100 bucks. This one, or 15 issue for 100 bucks, and then this one I only had 8, so I paid 16, sold it for 40. It shipped media, so I did well, but a bit overpaid on them. You really want to get them for cheaper. But remember Art Culinaire, it's all kinds of food and dining stuff in there. If you find these books, they're pretty heavy, but they sell really well, especially if you can get the first 20 issues. Those ones do really well. So it's something to look out for. I didn't know about it until I saw them in the thrift store that day. Metal Gear Solid lot did something that I used to watch a YouTuber long ago who used to always lot up different series, even if they were on different systems or whatever. This was a Metal Gear lot. I did it, got 25 bucks. I think this game might be worth 10 or 12. This game is like 7 or 8, and this is probably 5 bucks. So we did okay. You know, obviously could have pieced them out and maybe made a little bit more, but it was cool. Sold to somebody. They got a bunch of Metal Gear stuff. Happy about that. USC Trojans tie. Picked this up for $3. Sold it for 17, so that was really cool. Especially with the football season and stuff coming up. I'm sure that's why they bought it. Here is the item that broke. Cuisinart food processor bowl. I always bubble wrap my stuff. I'm not cheap with that. I'm really a big proponent of making sure you pack stuff safely. Don't cheat on people because you want to save money. Get bubble wrap, get peanuts, whatever it takes, and put stuff. I had it in a box. It was bubble wrapped and peanuts in there. She messaged me right away and said that the handle piece somehow it had cracked the bowl where the bowl was. She sent me some pictures. I'm not sure if it was mine or not because obviously she told me she was replacing her bowl that had broke but previously when she had messaged me, but I couldn't really prove anything. She was super nice about it. Wasn't real rude or anything. Even told me I did a good packing job. Who knows? She could have been blowing smoke, but just refunded it. Wasn't worth it. Lost the money on that $10 or whatever it was for the shipping, $8, but it's part of the business, you know. And even if I did pack it right and she, you know, cheated me, you can't let these people get to you. What goes around comes around. You got to move on, and you can't fight every battle because eBay has shown that they'll defend the buyer a lot of times. They're doing a little bit better, I think, with some of the cases I've seen from people on the Facebook group that I'm a part of, but you still have to let some of these things go. I'm not saying just let them walk over you on everything, but just pick your battles. And if it's a small sale, just eat it and move on. Block the buyer if you don't want to deal with them again. But that was okay. Nintendo here. This was one I picked up. This is the special DC one, as you can see. Really rare. Just a joke. That's a sticker that someone put on there. I started to peel it off, but it was not coming off, and it was looking disgusting under there. Didn't want to deal with it. I usually get 40 bucks for a console bare with no power cord. If it does, I can put it doesn't work. I can get 40 bucks, ship it for 10, make money that way. Instead of going through putting a new connector in there and getting all the cords and stuff, you could just part everything out individually. This one I had to list for 34 for it to sell with the DC sticker. So even though it's a little more rare to find one with a DC sticker, the price was still lower. But happy to get rid of it. I think it was part of a $10 buy that I had, and I had got a bunch of games with it, so I already made my money. Backyard Football. This is a great game. If any of you have played this, please comment on the video. I love Backyard Football and baseball. Super fun game. My brother and I used to always play. This one was sealed. I got in a lot of stuff that I bought. It's not worth a lot because it was sealed, though. I listed it and sold it for $9. But pretty fun game. Hopefully some people have played it out there. Chrono Cross. Bought a bunch of PS1 games for $100. I think I sold a lot of them in the last month's video. This was one that sold out of that lot for $22. This is the Jansport I bought while on vacation. Didn't like to, should have done something better here. So really got to work on my pictures, so I got to stop being a little lazy on that. But 35 bucks, paid $3 or $2.50 for this at a thrift store. Was out thrifting with my family on my brother's wedding. After his wedding, obviously, we had some extra time there. Went to a couple thrift stores. Thrifted so much stuff that I even bought a extra carry-on rolly bag to bring home because we only brought one with us, my wife and I, plus our check bag. And in this case, we had so much extra thrift stuff, we bought an extra carry-on for like $3 and checked it, or put on the plane. So that was awesome. Had a great time with them. But yeah, this is the corduroy bottom here. There's a suede bottom, I mean. These older Jansports with the suede bottom do well. 35 bucks, probably sold within 8 days. Turn and Burn, No Fly Zone. Really not the greatest game, but from that Super Nintendo lot, sold it for $6. This is a Flow minifigure. Probably not the best, name choice there, but progressive. This is like a vinyl figure in there. You can see the box is creased right here. Paid $3 for this. I don't know, just thought it was kind of cool. Looked it up. If the box wasn't damaged, probably could have got a little more, but I got 15 bucks. It was still sealed inside, and I guess you can get one of 4 characters, I think. So that was a little bit better too that it was sealed. So pretty cool. Shipped first class. Another pair of Rock Revival jeans, 48 bucks. These are Madison ones. These ones I had also paid 10 or 15 for. Sold for 48. These were a good looking pair of jeans, even with the distress there. They looked nice. I'm happy to get rid of them for 48. Harry Potter books. I love selling books. If you guys know me and you watch my videos, I think books, book lots, not just scanning Amazon. That seems extremely boring. But you find a lot of books, and a lot of people would scan a Harry Potter book and maybe go, oh, it's only worth $5 by itself. It's not worth anything. Not going to pick it up. What you do is you buy all of them from the series and lot them together. In this case, I was missing book 1. I found 2 through 7, a couple different places. The reason I didn't have 1 is I usually sell my Harry Potter, the first one book, by itself because it sells for like 30 bucks or 25 bucks by itself if it's a first edition one. And every one I kept finding was a first edition. So I kept selling them for like 30 bucks every time. Didn't have one. I said, well, it's just time, list it like this, and still got 55 bucks for the 6 books, 2 through 7. So usually 1, 2, and 3 are a little bit harder to find after the older ones. I find number 7, 6 all the time. Half-Blood Prince, those 2 I find all the time. But if you see them, if you get 1 through 7, usually it's at least 60 bucks, maybe 70. And then, even 2 through 7 was pretty good to sell. I love selling books, though. Harry Potter, Goosebumps, Babysitter's Club. If you find a bunch of those books of one kind, you can sell them, and other people are not picking those up. I can assure you, I've been at book sales before and seen people scanning book by book by book, trying to find, a $10, $20 book on Amazon, wasting all that time, and I've seen a Harry Potter series sitting there, grabbed it, and made way more money in a short period of time. So definitely don't overlook the book series. This is a Pitt Panthers corduroy hat. Best part about this was I had it listed for $24.99 or best offer. I usually put best offer on my hats because they don't always move quickly. This is a cool one. It's an older one. Someone offered me like 12 bucks. I think I countered with 20. He countered with 13. I said 17 is my best deal. I paid $2 for it just to try to get rid of it. He countered with 13.25, which just annoyed me, I'll be honest. So I just declined it. He offered again like 14. I just declined him again. He left me alone. I was like, I'm not gonna waste my time when you're just trying to move up a quarter. We're way too far off. So just don't bother with me anymore. The next day or 2 days later, someone paid full price. So it was awesome. So if someone's lowballing, you don't want to deal with it, and it's not worth, just tell them no, decline it, and move on. Someone will find if it's really worth that much. Obviously, if someone's close to what you want, it might be worth it depending on what kind of day you're having too. I know if I'm having a slower day on sales and someone would have offered me 16 for this hat and I hadn't sold anything else, even though I wanted more like 17 or 18, I'm probably just going to take it. I'm going to say, you know what? Sorry, that was my cat. I'm just going to say, let's move on. Let's get the money and move forward. So, obviously, depending on what's going on, you might make a decision. But if someone's kind of annoying you, just decline on, block them or whatever, and move on. Someone will buy it and will pay you a better price. The Ring, Sega Dreamcast game. Found this randomly with all my stuff lying around. Don't know what I paid, but got 13 for the disc by itself. Cuisinart food processor. This is why I've been stressing Cuisinart in my haul videos. This bowl was kind of clouded, as you can see. It's not the camera picture wasn't the greatest, but there's still a lot of scuffing and clouding to the actual bowl. But this sold for 30 bucks. It went global shipping, and I got good feedback. So 30 bucks for this piece. This is the bowl to the large Cuisinart setup. I think I paid 15 for the whole unit. I got 30 just on this piece. So awesome. Littlest Pet Shop. This used to go for about 20 or 30 bucks. This particular cat, I've sold it before. Now it's down to 8. So kind of disheartening, but happy to get rid of it. Got good feedback. So this is an old listing. Don't know why I even included it, but $7 for this little handheld. Would not buy it again. Would not waste my time listing. Polaroid, $28. I've been getting 30 for some reason. This one didn't sell that I listed right away, so I lowered the price and it sold. But you can still get 30 bucks usually for the Polaroid. So 28 bucks there. Super happy. Another Littlest Pet Shop, $8. This was a Walt Disney Imagineering shirt. It's like a rayon, I think. Yeah, rayon. That's what it says right here. Done. Had a little bit of staining on the inside collar. Didn't know it. I somehow missed it. The guy sent me a photo, said, super mad, and I understand why. There was like a little bit of orange staining in the collar there. Nothing on the front of the shirt. It's only on the inside collar, and he said you could just see it a little bit right here. I didn't see it, but he said you could. He showed me pictures on the inside. It's definitely there. Told the guy for sure, send it back to me. I'll refund you full price. Nothing like that. He goes, no, it's a gift. I'm really mad. And I go, okay, well, what can I do to make it better? He didn't have an answer for me. He didn't respond. He told me, I'm going to the laundromat. There's a lady there who does really good cleaning job. She's going to clean it. And I said, well, let me know what the price is when she comes back. We can maybe talk about something. Haven't heard from him. Never heard from him after that. So hopefully it worked out. He was buying it for a father-in-law or something. I obviously made a mistake. I overlooked something that I should have seen. Was still a pretty unique shirt, so I'm happy that, it seems like it went well because I never heard back from him. I figured I would have. Never even got bad feedback either. So who knows? That could be coming down the road. Fashionable, or however you pronounce this, sold this for $16. It was an old listing I had. I think I had paid like $3 for it, $4. So not too bad. It doesn't sell for what it used to, but happy to get rid of it. Bunch of Playmobil, a little farm pieces that I got, and a lot of horse stuff that I had bought. These just pulled out of there, and they sold for $15. So first class, pretty easy. Playmobil, you can do well on Playmobil, depending on what it is. Most people don't have it, though, and if they do, they usually know it's worth something. Jansport, good Hawaiian shirt brand. It can sell pretty well. Got 20 bucks, went global shipping, and the person loved it. I thought it was cool colors, and the person loved it when they got it. Said they were so glad I shipped global shipping because they loved the shirt, so that was cool. NFL Street, got this nice weird, from the window here, this little bit of different lighting. That sold for 16 bucks. Pretty good PS2 game to look for. It can sell usually for 13 to 15. A lot of people would probably overlook it. This Littlest Pet Shop, particular one, sold for $20. So a little bit better there, definitely worth it. I had paid, I think, 10 or 15 for all the stuff I bought. This one sold for 20, and plus I sold some more stuff here later, so you'll see. 2 Battlefront games, but these ones were really beat up, really scratched. I had paid $2 for them, and I sold them for 13. So it would have been worth probably more like 20 or so, but they had so much scratching. This was probably one of the best sales of the month. $80 for this Royal Star Yamaha jacket. The guy messaged me, what does it smell like? I said, there's no smell aside from it being older. It definitely doesn't smell like it just came out the store. So it didn't smell like smoke, nothing like that. When I bought it, on the elbow here, there was some white paint I thought for sure I wouldn't be able to get it out. He only charged me $3 for the jacket. So I thought, well, worst case, you know, if there's paint there, I could still try to sell it. I mean, it looks super cool. You know, definitely something that's worth trying to sell. Well, got the paint out, which is a little bit of a wet rag. It came out. And then the guy bought it for full price of $80, left me a great feedback and message and said it's better than he expected, so much cleaner than he thought it was going to be. He's in love with it. So that was super cool. Even though he's being a little bit kind of difficult when he was messaging me and he kept asking about the smell and everything, some people just want to make sure they're not going to get something that's nasty, and sometimes just bearing with them and being honest with them, you'll still get a good result in the end. So that was cool. Mario Party 4, super great game to find. This was just a case only with the manual, sold it for $15. Fringe, bought this for $15. This is a Facebook Marketplace find. I always look for box DVD sets. A lot of people have them on Facebook, it seems. They may have a full series, and now they want to sell it. Paid $15, sold for $48. Granted, I'm paying a little bit more on Facebook sometimes for stuff. I'm not getting the garage sale cheap price, but I'm finding stuff that I'm paying up for. I'm trying to find stuff that sells for pretty good money and sells quickly. So this sold, I think, in 2 days. So that was awesome. Golden Sun, great Game Boy game, always sells. $13 there. Super Nintendo, paid $80 for this, boxed. Sold it for $190. Obviously, I paid up a lot for this, but it's more so because it was so cool. One issue was one of the controllers didn't work. Well, she's actually both. One did, one was working, but not as great as she hoped. Not sure what happened. I shipped her 2 new controllers that worked, first class shipping. Never heard back from her since. I'm assuming it all works fine. This was the box set, though. It had tape on it. Sold it for $190. Even with the extra shipping costs, I still walked away probably with $50 or something on there, 50 or 60 bucks. So pretty cool. PSP movie, $8. I think I paid $1 for that, so not too great. All the rest of the pet shops I had bought, where I paid 10 or 15 bucks, I sold all the ones that I couldn't really sell by themselves for 60 bucks. That was awesome. Shipped them all on a padded flat rate. Get it out of here, quick sale. Love those pet shops. You can get them for super cheap and get a bunch of them. Usually the ones to look up are dogs and cats. Those ones seem to have a little more value. All the other stuff is usually, the dragons I think do pretty well too, but the rest of the stuff is kind of not so great. So you just put them in a lot together and someone will buy them. So Sony micro cassettes, $2 at a Goodwill. Sold them for $16. Sealed media stuff can sell. Not everything, but some of it can, so look it up. Broken Game Boy for $14. Had the battery cover, but just did not work. Couldn't even get the power on. So $14. Cool with that. PSP. I don't know what. Paid $5 for this. Yeah, I didn't have a charger, so I bought a charger. Had a game left over from somewhere. Just threw it with it. So $5 plus a $7 charger. It wasn't the original one, but still sold it for $43. So awesome there. PSPs do sell. There's some money there. I just got to be careful. Sometimes the screens break on them, and some people, for some reason, people lose the chargers, so they're usually about $7 or $8 on eBay. Book from vacation, $40. Don't usually buy individual books, but this one was $1. I looked it up. It looked like it was worth something, and it was only $1 at the thrift store, so I picked it up and sold it for $40. So awesome there. Trade chart patterns. Game Boy Advance SP. Bought this one for $15, I think it was. $10 or $15. Didn't have a charger with it. Put one with it that I had and sold it for $38. Shipped, sold really quickly, so awesome there. Usually I get more like $40 to $45, but this one had a lot of scratching inside, so I had to lower the price a little bit. Ps2 Slim. I listed this as new. I guess I did. I made a mistake because it wasn't new. But the guy paid $58, and you can get $55 to $58 for usually anyways. So that was pretty good. Shipped it, I think, in a medium flat rate or something like that, and bubble wrapped it all nice, got $58. So they never heard back from them, so they seemed to be happy. It came with a silver controller. I paid $10 for it, and the game was something I had extra. I paid like $1 for that, so super cool. That's my cat right there. Polaroid camera, $28 for the one step. Super happy that went to someone as a gift. Skies of Arcadia, awesome GameCube game, super rare to find. Didn't have the manual. It's like an RPG style game. Sold it for $51, so that was pretty cool. Paid $5. Super Game Boy, I think I paid $5. Sold it for $18. Overpaid a bit on it, but still made money. Still did pretty well. Florida Marlins hat. This actually only sold for $9. Sports Specialty, which is a really good hat brand, but had some sweat stains on the inside there. The guy wanted it from California, oddly enough, but really wanted the old Marlins logo. He made me offers pretty much every week on it. He would I'd offer him a counter and he wouldn't respond and it would get expired. Then he'd offer me something else. We finally agreed to $9 and I just got rid of it. It was one of those days. It was a little bit slower. I wanted to get rid of some stuff, so happy to move it. Star Ocean from the PlayStation lot, $28. Super Mario Kart, $32 from that Super Nintendo lot. Nature's Children's Books, paid $5 or $6 for all these, sold them for $20. I made a little bit, maybe made $3 on this because shipping I think was $7. Maybe I made a little bit more than that, but not the greatest sale. I like selling book lots, but I just did not do well on these ones, so not the best. Stargate for Super Nintendo, $10. Awesome Brother ink. The box is opened, but the ink is still sealed inside. You can maybe see the picture there. It's still got the aluminum looking seal on there. Paid $5 or $6, sold it for $63. Awesome. Cutco knife with actually there's a big old ding in the actual blade here, but still sold it for $22. I think I paid $3 or $4. Zombies Ate My Neighbors, $30. Awesome. Indiana Jones, paid $2 for this DVD lot a long time ago. One of the probably the first things that started with the background here, and sold it for $15. So pretty cool. Some more books from that Christian book lot, $7. These are awesome. I hope you guys are looking for these. These are Jack Specific night vision goggles. I'm excited about these because I found so many all of a sudden. Haven't seen them in forever. Finally started finding them. This one I got at a garage sale for $1. Missing the battery cover. Still got it to work. Sold it for $25. Next day, I say, man, I hope I find another one. Walk into Salvation Army, find one for $6, and it works. So I think I've already sold that one now, and then I found 2 more after that. So I've been finding them. Jack Specific Eye-Clops. You're also looking for SpyNet night vision. Those are the 2 different kinds. There's a couple different styles, but they generally look like this. They have a big light in the front, and they have a thing for your face. They do really well. So awesome. Paid $30 for a box of Beyblades. Not a whole bunch, but it had 3 of these little cases in there. This is the Trigger MS one. It's got everything super nice. Sold this for $40. Got good feedback. Pop-Tart container. Who doesn't need that? Paid 50 cents. Sold it for $10. A bunch of Wii games, 50 cents each. These games were trash. When I bought them, I could see the scratching. It wasn't your normal scratching, like a couple of scratches here and there. It was like all over the disc. I could tell, obviously only one of them had a case. I guess the Wii Sports has this, but the rest of them were just loose. That's part of the problem. And the lady that was selling them, my little brother was there, and they said they were his old stuff. So I knew that he didn't probably take care of them that well. I paid the 50 cents, so what, $3 there, and sold them for $45, and I listed heavily scratched. Individually, Mario Party's a $30 game. Mario Kart's probably $25, that's $55. Wii Sport, these are probably $10 each right here, and then these are maybe $12 combined. So you can see there was a lot more money there individually, but you can't really sell them in that shape. I didn't want to deal with the return, so threw them all together on the Wii, and someone bought them for $45. Awesome. Super happy. This was kind of hard to sell because I am a Cowboys fan. I even have my shirt on right now, if you guys can see. Even though we lost today to the Broncos, got whooped. Still love them, though. Fan for life. Cowboys hat. Didn't really fit me because my head is just too large for normal-sized human hats, so have to get a bigger hat. This one was the kind of the salt shark tooth looking style. These ones do really well on even most teams. If you get the shark tooth ones, they do well. It was a logo athletic. Paid $2, sold it for $30, and it had staining on the inside where the forehead goes. Star Fox Adventures, pretty decent selling game on the GameCube. It sells pretty much every time, but not for a ton. $13. Torrid women's vest, size 4. It's like a plus size brand, I think. I'm not too familiar, so I apologize. It was new with tag, and it was in the men's section, so I knew it was women's. Looked it up, paid $6 or $7, I think, for it, and I sold it for $25. So not too bad. I still sell Bibles. I actually had a really good sale the month of September. A $10 Bible sold for $70, so that was awesome. You'll see that next month. This one was just kind of your everyday one. I got in a lot of stuff. Sold it for $11. Cuisinart. This is a brand new blade. Still had the cardboard there. Sold that for 15. Super Mario Land for 10 bucks. Mizzen in Maine, if you guys are familiar with this brand, I love this brand. This is my first one I've ever found. It's super good quality stuff. So if you find it, just the feel, you can tell it's just a better quality shirt. This was $6 at Salvation Army. It was embarrassing that they had like you know, Van Heusen or whatever dress shirts for $8, $9, and they wanted only $6 for this one, which was way better. But I was happy. Sold it for 65 in a few days and got good feedback. Went to New York. Person loved it. So still a little bit of, I probably could have done it better to get the wrinkles out, but I listed that thing right away, and it did have some marker on here, but I showed that in the picture. It had a little X on the tag. So super happy. T83, this is the other one I got for $3. Sold it for 32. Like I said, the darker colored one's about 30 to 32 bucks right now. I guess people like the clear ones. I think they have a blue clear one and maybe a pink one too. I think those ones must go for more because they're a little bit more unique. But still good money if you can find them. A Woodstock DVD set, paid $3 for this. It was used, but it was pretty cool. Sold it for 18. Got good feedback. Wii Sports, love selling this. This is Wii Sports Nintendo Select version. Sold it for 14. Paid $1. Lego carrying case, an older one. It had staining on it. Could not get it cleaned up, but still sold it for 25 bucks. I think it shipped for like 8, so I only paid 2. So that was pretty cool. This was kind of a bust. Play and Trace, paid $2. Sold it for 10. Thought it would ship first class. Misjudged it by a couple of, not a couple of ounces, I guess, and it ended up shipping in a padded flat rate, which means I basically made nothing. So happy to get rid of it. I guess I made my $2 back, which is good. And hopefully some kids out there are really learning how to trace animals well and having a great time. If that's going on, then that was totally worth it. But definitely not something to go out and buy if you guys are looking for something. Exodus, this is a Nintendo Game Boy, a cartridge that plays on the Game Boy, not officially a Game Boy one, but sold it for 17 bucks. An old Cutco spatula. This is the not so great handle kind. These ones aren't as nice, but sold that for 10. American Eagle jeans. The boyfriend ones paid $2 for this. Sold it for 15. The rest of them I already sold for anywhere from 18 to 22 or 25. I'm down to like this, like the last pair of that particular batch, and it finally sold. Cuisinart lid. Sold this for 18 bucks. Super Castlevania 4 from that Super Nintendo lot, 35. Damaged label. It's like a $45, $50 game if you get a good label on there. So, Timberwolves jersey, I paid $6. Not the greatest buy. Made money, but would never pay that much for a youth jersey again unless it's something super rare. So, wasn't worth it. It's a Kevin Garnett. He's a pretty good player, and his jersey usually sells, but youth ones are just not selling for me as well as they used to. So, you just got to get the adult stuff. Paid $10 for this Columbia. Thought I was getting the greatest deals. This is for 20, half off of that Salvation Army. Same one I bought the Cubs jersey from earlier. Got it home. Looking at it, looks beautiful. From about right here where I'm drawing this line, if you can see, all the way up. Perfect. As you get further down, somehow it looks like the thing was hit by a truck and run over 3 times because there's a bunch of little like stains on the bottom. Did not see that. Not sure how I didn't see it. It's not like, I mean, it's an extra long tall. I mean, it's a little bit longer, but I still should have seen it. Guess I was too excited because I thought I could maybe get $35, $40 for it with the brand new in that condition. Listed it with the defects and listed it down to 25. I paid 10, remember. A guy messaged me and said that as long as it was 100% cotton, he would buy it. Didn't care about the stains. He's going to get it dirty anyways. He just wants to make sure it's the cotton kind. And he bought it. Shipped it first class. So he probably made $5 or $6. Made our money back. Happy with that. That the mistake I made wasn't too bad, but definitely kind of disappointed in myself for overlooking that. We're Sega Saturn. You never find Sega Saturn stuff. Picked these up for $1 a piece at a bookstore that had video games for sale. Sold them for 27. Little patch here. Got in a patch lot. Sold it for 10. The Death of Superman lives. What happened? Old pencil sharpeners still sell. This is the cool wood grain kind if you're into that. 22 bucks. I think I paid 2. Ships padded flat rate. Yahtzee, if you used to sell these, you could get like 20 bucks, 25 bucks for a gold Yahtzee back in the day. It was beautiful because you would always pick them up for super cheap. And if you had a sealed one, it was like 60 bucks. Not anymore. Now they're all the way down to 10. Still worth it. You can get them for 50 cents or $1. I think I paid $1 for this one, but not what it used to be. Cracked PSP, didn't know if it worked. Sold it for 18, paid $1. So that was cool. Bunch of games from that PS1 lot, 105 bucks right here for all these. This one right here was missing, I think, one disc. One of them was missing a disc. The rest were complete. Limited wear, got 105 bucks. Was just about to pull the listing down and sell them individually because they've been up for a while. But a guy paid full price, lived in California, gave me great feedback, so super happy about that. Fluke thermometer. This is paid $1 for this. It came in this little case the guy had, this little plastic cover. It was a trashy cover. Did not do the thing justice. It was all dirty and nasty. That's why it was so cheap, I think. I took the cover off, cleaned it up. It still had his name engraved in here. So Ruben, with part of his phone number here. It's missing the area code, but ended up selling for 37 in like 2 days. Awesome. Light Strike, look out for these guns. Remember the way they look. They always sell. These are the smaller ones. I had paid 15 bucks for these with some other stuff, and I sold just these for 50. North Face backpack, paid $2 for this. Had some damage to it. I mean, had some staining and some wear, but it's an older backpack. Sold it for $3. The guy hasn't said anything. I said that it had a lot of scuff scratches and it has some stuff wrong with it, but he seemed to like it. Black & Decker Henny Chopper. This is like a little mini food processor. This is the cap to it. Sold that for 10. Anus Mion, or whatever you pronounce this, Mion, for Bergdorf Goodman. Cashmere wool blend sweater. Picked this up while on vacation. Paid $8. It did not sell for $130. It sold for a best offer of $90. So it was awesome. Got good feedback. It's a really nice quality. You could tell it was good quality. It took a little while to sell, a little over a month, but had to find the right person. But this name right here, this stuff, I never knew about it, but it definitely sells. So that was awesome. BKE jeans. This is the guy. He bought 2 pairs. This pair and another pair. I didn't include the picture of the other pair, but he bought 2 pairs, same exact. They're both Tyler, both size 31, 30s. The other one was a lighter pair, a little bit lighter of a wash. So the other pair just didn't fit or feel or look as good. So he returned it, but he loved this pair. So I paid $5 for this, sold it for $25. The other pair I got a return on, obviously. Polo jeans shirt was $2. It was brand new. Sold it for 15. So that's pretty cool. Another Super Nintendo game for 13. Camera. This is an older one, not the greatest quality camera. Obviously, it's outdated, but paid $5 and sold it for 35. It came with all the stuff. Older digital cameras can sell, guys. You got to find ones that have as much stuff as possible that work. Obviously, a pretty good brand, and sometimes you have to sell them for a little bit. Definitely money there. Converse Chuck Taylor style Superman ones. These ones were $12, I think, and sold them for 40. They had a bunch of blue pen marks. I saw it when I bought it in here. You can kind of see a little bit there. I got them cleaned up a lot. I did save in the listing, though there was the pen mark, but the person gave me great feedback. He said he loved them, so he or she, I guess. Some ink, paid $5 for HP 564 XL. This is the photo one and the black one. Got 23. Love selling ink. Light Scribe. If you buy DVDRs or CDs, look for Light Scribe. These ones will sell for a lot more. This is a $2 bucket. It had some damage here. I got $68 for it, so that was awesome. Light Scribe are the ones that sell well. Mario Party 6, $43. If anybody watched my video, I had a certain viewer tell me you can never get more than $40 for this game and only sell for $40. Just to make sure that person is aware, it did sell for $43. Obviously, video game prices do change, so maybe at one time it only sold for $40, but the past 2 I have sold for over $40. So hopefully you guys can get over $40 as well if you find it. FootJoy, great brand. This is just a pullover here. It didn't have anybody's any logos or anything on it aside from FootJoy and DryJoy. So sold that for 30, paid $6. Another Beyblade from that lot, $65. So that was pretty cool. Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I bought a bunch of DVDs for $1 a piece. Most of them were sealed TV series. So I had $7 here. $70 sold within a day. So that was awesome. The rest of that Light Strike stuff, these are the 2 other pieces that came with it. Got $40 for those. Paid $5 for all these Baby Einsteins. There's a couple of duplicates in here. This one's missing one. Sold it for 40 bucks within like 3 days. This was a Facebook find. Lady had it all. I went and picked it up from her husband at his house for 5 bucks. So super good deal. Cobra impact remote or compact remote radio. Paid 15 bucks for this. Thought I was gonna walk away with 80 bucks. Found out it was missing a mount piece, which I didn't see, and the wire itself had some cracking in it. It was starting to peel apart. The coating of the wire of the cord. Did not see that either. Overlooked it because it was all wrapped in plastic. It looked like super good shape, but I missed that there was missing that one piece and that it was cracking there. So sold that for 40 bucks on the best offer. So made my money back. Still walked away with extra profit there. I think it shipped for like 8 bucks. So that was 23. So I probably walked away with $10 extra, something like that, which is not bad considering that I kind of made a mistake. But look out for the Cobra stuff. Some of it does well, some of it doesn't. You gotta really look up the model and see what it is. Deadliest Catch, more from that one. So it's $1 each. That's $3. Got 40 bucks for those. Harley Davidson paid 2 bucks for this little, not really a tank top. I guess it's like a cut off sleeveless one shirt. Sold that for 17. This is just season 7. When I bought those DVDs, they had duplicate season 7 still sealed. Got 20 bucks for that. Radica Talking Bingo. Paid $1 for this. It like announces and picks out the bingo numbers as it's going through. It's pretty quiet, but it's part of a Radica game. Paid $1, sold for 45. Knew nothing about it when I saw it. Just looked cool. Looked it up. 45 bucks. And my last sale, again, not here to support or not support Donald Trump. That's obviously everyone's own choice. But his ties and stuff do sell. His shirts don't really sell well, but his ties can sell well. This one I paid $4 for, got 28. It took a little while, but it's a nice red one, good like Christmassy one, color-wise. Sold it for 28, and that was the final sale of the month. So I know it's a little bit longer, guys. 46 minutes, 47 almost now. I hope you guys did enjoy the video. Hope you guys are learning something. I know my videos aren't the flashiest. I know I'm not doing all the cool editing like everybody else does and doing my daily vlogs, but I am trying to help people, so hopefully people are learning, getting something out of this. If you have any questions, always ask me in a comment or message me. If you are messaging me, please make sure you check your messages back. I've had some people say they thought I hadn't messaged them back because YouTube didn't notify them, but in fact I had messaged them back. It just, I guess they don't get a notification of it. So if you do message me, just make sure to go periodically check. I'm usually a day or two behind my messages right now. I try to stay on it, but with life and everything, I'm getting behind. Same with comments. If I don't get to you right away, I do try to like and at least respond if you do say anything. So hope you guys enjoy. And if there's anything you want to see or you have questions about or I'm going to make a video about, let me know because I want to try some other videos. I've had a couple ideas out there, but if there's something you'd like to know more about, my favorite things to find, you know, anything like that, just let me know because I'm looking for ideas to do some other stuff just to kind of mix it up. Please like, comment, subscribe, guys. I hope you guys are killing it out there and have a great day.